Hey there, this is Will again from Untagged Games. I've pre-recorded another devlog video. This is devlog 16. And if you're watching this, I'm at Gamers Rhapsody right now, showing off this game. So I thought, you know, why can't I show it off to you guys too? This is the next level, Lights Out, and yeah, let's see what we've got in store for us here. Lights Out. I wonder what that could mean, huh? Well, let's just take it one step at a time here and see what we got. Go right through here. And lights out. So that's what that means. We got some signs up here saying power failure, system compromised. Boy, that can't be good. There must be some story behind that, probably, I would suspect. So this, if you can't already tell, is a really cool level. You get this little sort of circle of light all around you that helps you see the terrain, and all the hazards are sort of still visible. But the darkness is sort of like just that fear of the unknown, you know? And I really tap into it in this level. So yeah, let's explore what we got here. Alright, let's go right up here. And whoops! So what I just showed you is what almost every single player does. They see all these lines of nuts to collect, and then they just keep going up, and they run into this bumper. It's just a fun little sort of trick, you know? Nothing over this way, so let's explore the other way. Grab all those. And what's this? What's this, a golden object? Now, we haven't seen anything like that so far, so let's get a little closer. I hope it's not dangerous. It doesn't look dangerous. It looks like something I should probably be grabbing, right? So I'm going to grab this, and let's see what happens. Wow, right? Now that is cool. So this is what I call a lantern. When you grab it, it activates. When you let go of it, it deactivates. And it's not, it doesn't give you like 100% brightness vision, but it does help light the way. And you'll notice I do still have the boost ability. The boost ability is a permanent thing. Once you get it in the previous, not the previous level, the level before the previous level, it stays with you the whole game. And I suppose I should have explained that in the last video, but I didn't. So here we are. There is what appears to be a button here that has to be held down, but when I put this on it, nothing seems to happen. Let's let go of it and see if I can find anything. Maybe if I press it with the lights on. Did you see that? There's something over on the right-hand wall. You see it? There it is again. Let's show that again. There's just these little particles, these little pixels coming out. What could that be? What if I move a little closer? Oh, there's something in there. See that? So if I press this, that's the smoke particles from that door opening. And I get a nice little bonus in here for discovering that. And I might make it a little more obvious when you press this button, because those particles are just barely visible. And you can, like, I'm gonna try and show you the particles again. There, you see them. They're like little dust particles or whatever. So anyway, I feel pretty comfortable about taking this light with me. There's no reason not to. I can boost through here. Those are the hazards from the last level. In a previous iteration of this level, I had some crushers here. That was before I ever had these sort of 3D spinning electropes in the game. But I like these better because they don't really stop you in your tracks so much, you know? Alright, and this is one of the coolest design decisions in the game, in my opinion. So I give the player a lantern, right? How do I get the player to ever give up the lantern? Well, that's easy. I just have one of these buttons that you have to place an object on, and leave an object on in order to continue, and I only give the player the lantern object. This is the only object they have to hold this door open, so they have to give it up here, and that's really cool. So this is a save point room. I'm just going to go ahead and save really quick. Alright. And this is a repeat of the first room, except we've got grinders in play. And that means we have to fly pretty carefully. And if you're really good at the game, you can fly quickly. You'll notice there's some bolts over here I can't seem to get. So we'll have to come back later. I'm just gonna zip. Whoa! Whoa! I almost died. That was really cool. Just one casual boost in the wrong direction could have been the end of me there. But I was lucky. So what do we have here? This is what appears to be the path to the next level. This is the goal, where I have to place the key, but we haven't seen the key yet. So let's just move this way and see what we got. We got some nuts to collect. Whoa, do you see that right up there? That's the key. But it's behind this door. I can't get to it, right? So I guess I should just keep going this way, right? More nuts to collect, and a lantern to grab. That will certainly help me. And let's see what we've got. Well, this looks like a dead end, doesn't it? Well, I'm not quite sure what to do yet, so I'm going to collect these. See if we can get 97. I must have missed some somewhere. There we go. Whoops. There we go. And, yeah, let's see what we got here. So there's nothing over there, but there is something over here. If I press this, that door will open, the key will fall. You'll notice it glitched when it fell. Just ignore that. And there's our key. Now this, I want to just say, is one of the coolest puzzles I've ever made, because it's a non-puzzle. So remember when we came in, we didn't have the light, and there was this this line of glowing nuts that I could collect that was just a straight line over to the right. And because I didn't have the light, I couldn't see that there was this open area here where that button is. So basically, using the darkness, I led the player sort of on a wild goose chase to a dead end. And that's just really cool. You know, I tantalized the player with the key sitting right up here, and then I give them the lantern and the ability to explore, and then they have to sort of backtrack. And it's just sort of, it's so cool because it's a puzzle that's not even a puzzle, and I just love it. It's just so fun. And it's worked perfectly. I don't think I've had a single player explore up here without finding the light first. So it's just been really a really huge success. So I'm just going to drop that in there and grab the floppy disk, and let's see how we did on this level. Hope we got it perfect. I don't think we did though. I think we missed a couple nuts, didn't we? And a couple bolts. Remember there were a couple bolts I couldn't grab? So let's see how we did. Let's see here. So close. 91 out of 97, and we're missing 2 bolts. So let's redo that level. You'll notice it opened 2 levels. One is a test area, which we're not going to explore, and one is security terminal, which we'll explore in the next video. Whoops. This is a bug with this build, where if I go to security terminal, I can't actually get off of it. So I'm gonna just restart real quick. Let's restart really quick and get back to where we were. These bugs just keep happening. You know, there's always something. Hey, I'm back, and you might be wondering why I've abruptly changed shirts. That is because I'm speaking to you from the future, at least the future relative to where we were about 10 seconds ago. I had to re-record this part of the video because I was just speaking over a black screen. I forgot to start the game capture over again. So that was not too good. But I'm back, and I'm back from Gamers Rhapsody too. So the convention went really well, and yeah. I had a lot of good feedback from a lot of different players, some who had played the game before, some who hadn't, and it was just a really fun experience. It was my third time at Gamers Rhapsody, and it was just a lot of fun. So you'll notice the build I'm on is actually the Gamers Rhapsody build of the game, and I fixed the bug with Security Terminal where I can't move off of it. And yeah, so I'm just going to do what I did in the part of the video that I screwed up earlier, and I'm going to show you lights out in a whole new light. So here's what we're going to do, is we're going to play as Atmocopter to try and get some secrets and show you just an entirely new way to play the level. So this is Atmocopter. I don't believe I've shown him off too much yet, and you'll notice he is very big and very slow, but he can still wave his arms. So that's a lot of fun. Boy, I am just dead tired from the convention, so I might be a little low energy, so let's just see what we can do with this level here. I've just been talking about Atmocopter nonstop for the last 3 days, and boy, are my arms tired, am I right? You know what I mean. It's just, going to a convention is just a lot of heavy lifting, I mean, literally and figuratively. And you're just talking to people all day, and you're not sure, like, how many of them are sick or have washed their hands before using your controller. But a lot of them turn out to be really good players. In terms of Atmocopter, they all did pretty good. Yeah. I don't think I had anyone who was particularly bad at the game this time, so that was good. I had a couple people actually like play the whole game, in one sitting, which is really cool. They just stood there and they played Atmocopter for like half an hour straight. It was really cool to see. But yeah, this is Atmocopter, and you notice he's really big, and I haven't boosted yet, and boosting is his specialty. See, when I boost, the entire screen shakes as I run into the terrain, and you see this bumper here? Now you see it, now you don't. I just blew it up. So that's not there anymore. So he can just blow stuff up whenever he wants. He can't blow everything up necessarily, just objects that look blow-upable. I mean, some objects you want to blow up, like bumpers that are in your way or barriers. But some objects like this lantern, you might not want to blow up, because that's, that's a helpful object over there. So I'm just going to pick this up again, and yeah. So I'm going to show you here an entirely new way to play the level. Do you see these red structures to my right? They look like they're part of the level, like they're holding up those electric things, right? But Atmocopter can actually destroy these barriers, which is really cool. It's a whole new way to play this level, and I hope that encourages not only replayability, but sort of gives people drive to find secrets that they've missed in levels. Because some of those barriers can only be opened by Atmocopter or other characters in the future that can also attack like him. I believe I showed you that secret area. It looks like we've gotten that. So anyway, this is another reason Atmocopter is really good. He can destroy these. Whoops! I think I just bumped into the terrain. There we go. And these barriers are much like the other ones. I can just destroy those and zip right through. And just for fun, I'm going to do the same on this side. Really nice. Get out of here. It's always really satisfying to destroy stuff. I like that. Especially those projectile cannons, because they sort of look like they are a permanent fixture of the level. And then when you can destroy them, it's like, wow, I can do that? That's really awesome, right? So yeah, it just feels really good. This part is not too good for Atmocopter because he's really big. And hitting these grinders right over here is a one-hit kill. So you gotta be very careful when flying through here. But your reward for flying through as Atmocopter is to be able to destroy these wonderful barriers. There we go. And I'm probably gonna reduce the knockback when you destroy one of those barriers, because you can... you saw earlier I almost got pushed into the grinders there. So that would be pretty dicey. But yeah, going back to the convention, man, it was quite an experience. Just so many players. It was really fun, and it was really fun to see players do this puzzle, especially because it worked like a charm. I believe I explained it earlier in the previous part of the video, but you know, you come over here, you grab this lantern, and then you're not really sure what to do, because you're confronted with some bumpers, some nuts to collect, and just kind of a dead end. So once you have collected all those nuts, like I'm about to do, you go right back, and you're like, hey, I didn't notice this little corridor before. And there's a button to press, which is great. And I had a couple players today ask me what happens if the key is destroyed, and I will show you. If the key is destroyed, you will get a new one from the sky, which is awesome. And this is also a pretty good opportunity to show you what happens when Atmocopter gets hit in the head with an object. So let me just over here. And you notice that didn't kill me. Now that would have killed Atmocopter or normal Atmocopter, because they're, you know, smaller, they don't have as big of a body, and not as durable. So you notice this is dealing damage to me, but normal copters would be crushed by something like this. They would just instantly die. Atmocopter is probably going to be the only one in the game that doesn't get crushed like that. And part of that is, you know, it sort of makes sense, like, you know, smaller objects hitting him shouldn't necessarily crush him. And also, in terms of, like, game fairness, you know, he's such a big target. You know, he's literally twice as big as the other copters. And, you know, that means he's going to be twice as likely to get hit by something from above, so... It's kind of cool I can do a little dance like this. But yeah, so I'm going to also show you a really cool bug here. Well, it's not necessarily a bug, it's just that I haven't gotten this in the game yet. So I'm going to put this in the goal. I can't remember if I've shown this on a video yet. I've been showing stuff to players all weekend, and it's just kind of all melded together in my mind, you know? So I'm going to open my arms, grab this, and I turn into normal Atmocopter. And that's because I don't have the HD pixel art done for Atmocopter yet. So anyway, that's kind of a cool little bug. So yeah, I believe we found everything in the level now. Yep, 97 out of 97 and 3 bolts. So yeah, it's some really cool stuff. And I guess, you know, as long as we've come this far, and because I'm, you know, just fresh off of Gamer's Rhapsody, I'm going to show you the first little bit of security terminal. Just a little bit. Just so you can get a gist of what the level's going to look like. So consider this a little sneak peek for next time. So, we've got the goal right here. That's pretty unusual, right? And if I fly up here, what are these? Now these are something that wasn't in the last version of the game that I had been recording with prior to this. So these are dot switches, and I'll be explaining them a lot more in the next video. You'll notice there's one with one thing on it, there's one with 2, and there's 3 and 4 over here. And presumably those correspond to these doors that are above me. So yeah, that's just your little sneak peek of this level, and yeah, I hope I can talk more about Gamer's Rhapsody in the next video. I have a lot of good pictures, some good video footage too. yeah, it was so fun. I can't wait to tell you more and explain more about this level, which is the hardest level in all of Atmocopter. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and thank you for bearing with me during this Atmocopter week, which is kind of unusual because usually I'm all about pixel art, right? So the next pixel art thing will be happening this week. I expect to have the next pixel art asset pack, which is going to be a little player character who can go along with my classic platformer tile set. See, my mind is kind of like fried right now because I've been doing convention stuff and Atmocopter stuff for like 3 days. But anyway, what if I can get all the words out, I can explain it all. Yeah, so expect that to happen sometime this week, and I'm also recording the making of it, so there's going to be a video about it. So if you're one of the people who is only here for the videos, this one's for you too. And yeah, so I can't wait to show you more of this level. It's going to be a blast. You can see more signs up here and down here. And I just want to mention also how fun it is to be able to point at stuff in-game. I remember in my earlier videos, sometimes I would accidentally like try to point at the screen, but you know, it feels so natural to like try to point at it because I'm used to explaining it to people who are like physically here with me. But now I can actually point at stuff in-game for you guys. Like, wow, look at that up there. Or, whoa, look at that down there. You see that right there? Right there. I just get to point with Atmocopter and I can wave at you. So anyway, let's see if Atmocopter can say goodbye. Bye! See you guys next time.